start your video, please?
Oh, yes, it's the Bernard Greer speaking. I think you might have taken a few too many blows to the head. You'll see.
Yes.
Hello. I didn't miss court, did I?
You did not. We're waiting for your attorney.
Okay, good. Because I forgot to set my alarm and I just got off work like yesterday and I've been asleep all day. So I'm not trying to miss court.
Oh, he doesn't have an attorney. You were supposed to reapply. Let's see what happened. He was denied again?
I didn't see that email.
Did you reapply for a public defender?
No, I have a friend that's a lawyer and he's been helping me.
My friend's dad's got a bitch and set of tools. That's what it reminded me of.
Ma'am?
Yes, give me just a moment. The prosecutor stepped out the courtroom.
Okay.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Greer, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Bernard Greer, 24-02997. Counsel, can I have your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Case Markarian appearing on behalf of the people.
Okay, Mr. Greer is present via Zoom. When we adjourned this before, he was going to attempt to appeal the denial of public defense counsel. However, he's indicated to the court that he has a friend who's an attorney that's, I believe, must be giving him some kind of guidance. And Mr. Greer, are you attempting to represent yourself, or what are you looking to do?
No, ma'am. I'm talking to my friend at the moment. I'm not good with this lawyer stuff. So I'm talking to a friend to help me through this so I won't miss any court dates or miss anything at all.
Okay, well, it's not just about missing court dates. Today is a court date. We need to know how you're going to proceed. So is your friend going to represent you?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
He
so
has
are you
work as well.
are you going to hire an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when do you intend to hire an attorney?
Hopefully next week. I get paid next week.
Yeah, I'll reset this to allow you time to hire your attorney.
Okay.
November 26th at 2:30.
November 26th at 10:30.
November 26th at 10:30.
Yes. You have any questions at this time?
So when is all of this taken care of and stuff? Because I don't want this messing up my future and I really want to continue focusing on my boxing career.
I'm sorry, we can't take care of it until you are prepared to take care of it. You said,
Judge, you're inconveniencing me with this court case. I don't want to get back to my boxing. When is it going to be done?
You were hiring an attorney. You've appeared today without an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's up to you when this will be resolved, because it could be resolved sooner if you had counsel, because then your counsel can get the discovery and meet with you about the discovery and help you formulate your defense or advise you as to how you're going to proceed. The other option is for you to appeal the denial of the public defender's office, and then they can represent you and assist you. And the third option is for you to represent yourself. But at this point, we've not even done anything because we're in a holding pattern while you figure out your representation.
Yes, ma'am. The thing is that this is all new to me and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm just not trying to screw up.
I completely understand that this is new to you. You're not an attorney, and I don't think that you should move hastily or without counsel. I think that.
Yeah, it's 10:23 down here in Buenos Aires. So I'm not up as early as it appears here.
You should definitely get you legal advice, whether it's through you hiring an attorney or you getting a court-appointed counsel, and that you are properly and fully advised before you make a decision as to how you move forward. So I think it's important that you're careful. However, I just want to make it clear that the delay is because you don't have attorney.
Okay. hopefully next week or the week after that, I will have an attorney.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll see you at your next court date, and then we'll address that at the time, okay?
So November 26th at 10:26 a.m.
Yes, nailed it. It's at 10:26 a.m. I enjoyed that too much.
10:30.
10:30. Got it. All right. I'll be there.
Thank you. You're all set.
All right.
Why are you unnecessarily wasting the judicial time of this court?
Caption State of Kansas versus Abraham Leon. Case numbers are 22 CR 322, 23 CR 3038, and 24 CR 191 and 192. Announce appearances.
May it please the court, the state appears by Aaron J. Cunningham, assistant.
Your Honor, Mr. Leon appears by Zoom and through counsel, Christopher Rourke Colby and Cassie Ziegler of Ellis County.
All right, Mr. Leon, do you have any objection to us conducting this hearing by Zoom?
No.
Very good. At this before the court on the defense counsel's motions to withdraw. Those were recently filed as of actually yesterday, and both counsel asked for an emergency.
Just got kicked off the internet for some reason, and now I'm back. That's all.
Hearing or as early as possible. Mr. Leon, are you ready to proceed on your counsel's motions to withdraw?
I am, sir. And then I'd like to address the courts if that's okay.
Well, we'll see. Let's get to the motions first with the attorneys. Besides what's in the motion, is there anything additional that either attorney wants to present?
Your Honor, I think that the only thing, anything additional I present, I think given Mr. Leon's, I think behavior, demands, threats, his actions, going through with those threats, I think the trust between the attorney and client's broken, and I don't know how you fix that.
Okay. Ms. Ziegler, anything additional besides what Mr. Rohr said?
No, I totally agree with Mr. Rohr, and I don't think I have anything else, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Leon, I will now invite your comment. Leave it strictly to this motion to withdraw. Nothing else about the case, because that's not what's before us today. You understand?
Yes, sir. I do have, yes, sir. So,
okay. Regarding the motion to withdraw, do you wish for these two attorneys to withdraw?
So I have asked my attorneys to file a motion multiple times on a procedural timeline error of not having me into a preliminary hearing within 14 days. This right is guaranteed to me per the state statute 7.2 and supported by my 4th Amendment right to due process and incorporated by my 14th Amendment due process clause. State versus Fink does guarantee the defendant the right to be within a preliminary hearing within 14 days. And I've asked them both to file these motions. Neither one of them are filing these motions. And I would ask the court to consider these motions as well as, I mean, I haven't asked them to withdraw. They said I've just asked them simply to do something. Your Honor has already ruled on this and told me that he was not going to allow them to withdraw because of the state's short amount of attorneys that can handle these cases. So I have not asked them to withdraw at all. I've simply asked them to invoke and enforce my, or ask the courts to enforce my my right to due process in my 14th Amendment due process clause because there is a procedural timeline error, and they continue to try to dissuade me from bringing this to your attention, saying that it's not correct, but I have the state statute
I thought he was
pages right out of the book that an attorney has sent in that does guarantee me these says that it does guarantee me the right. While it's not preliminary, is not, you know, like mandated, it's not constitutional. But in that case, I would then need to be to an arraignment within 10 days. I've not waived that right, and my attorneys of counsel, my attorneys, I've brought this up to them multiple times. Cassie hung up on me once when I was trying to talk to her about it. Mr. Rohr has said that he was going to bring the issue up to you, and then next thing I know, he was telling me that the next thing I know, I'm getting a motion saying that you guys are going to withdraw. They're trying to withdraw the council. I didn't ask them to withdraw. I took your ruling on the matter last time seriously, is that you were not going to let them withdraw. I'm not asking that they withdraw. I'm asking that they represent me to their fullest of capabilities in this matter of my the procedural timeline.
Okay,
error.
so Mr. Leon, your basic argument with your attorneys right now is that you want them to file a motion to dismiss your cases for failure to bring you to preliminary hearing within 14 days, correct?
That and there are other matters, sir.
Okay, well, that's what you started with. Let's just begin
Okay.
with, all right?
Okay.
Your attorneys both know the law. Now, you've noted the statute, 222902, okay? But they also know the law. State versus Weigel, the Kansas Supreme Court ruled in 1980, quote, "The time limitations in 222902 are directory and an inconsequential delay beyond the time specified for holding a preliminary hearing will not justify a dismissal." That is the law in the state of Kansas. It has been the law.
Oh, Judge, if you're going to sit there and quote Supreme Court decisions that are binding in your case, how's this guy supposed to get out?
Since 1980, it has not changed. And so your attorneys are aware of that, as is the court and the prosecutor. They do not have an obligation to file frivolous motions. And so your argument with them is that they won't do what you direct them to do, and that is not their responsibility. I explained this to you before. How an attorney handles a case, the strategy is their decision, not yours. You have input, they will listen to you, they will incorporate your thoughts, but they will do what they believe is in your best interest under the law. They are not there to do what you tell them to do. Rather, they're there to represent you zealously and as advocates within the ethical boundaries that are set there. That's the rule. So
But
you can
you're-
sure tell them, I would like you to file this motion because I think it's a violation. And they would say, well, we understand you read it that way, but it's already been in front of the Kansas Supreme Court and they disagree with you. And that's the highest authority in this state. So.
But
we're
Your
not
Honor,
gonna
State
file the
versus
motion.
Fink, State versus Fink says that I have this. Hold on.
Yet I'm telling you, Mr. Allen, I'm not going to have a legal debate with you. Okay. I'm telling you, I gave you the case citation. It is not the only Kansas Supreme Court case that is ruled on this issue. It is directory, not mandatory.
I understand that,
is the
sir.
whole.
I've been up here for 150 days without a preliminary hearing or any type of court proceeding. That's a clear abuse of power.
Well, that's a different argument. And we're not gonna, I told you we weren't gonna get in it. We're here to talk about whether I'm gonna let your attorneys withdraw or not, okay? But I wanted to give you at least the law to explain why they don't do everything you ask them to do.
Your Honor, that doesn't tell me anything about the procedural timeline error, though, that I've been asking them to represent me on. The procedural timeline error does say, Your Honor, that an abusive process cannot be done. I've been up here for 150 days and I've asked my clients to please represent me in this, or not my clients, my attorneys to please represent me in this matter. And they have not done it. And they can't give me a reason. They can't give me a KSA. They can't give me any of that. And it also says, Your Honor, that I am entitled to being into a preliminary hearing or an arraignment within 10 days. I've been up here for 150. This is an abusive process.
Okay.
This is
I've listened to this before. This is what we're here for today, is your attorney's request to withdraw. Here's what the court's going to hold. You can keep filing ethical complaints on them. You can keep doing whatever, all of these pro se filings. I mean, you have a lot of time on your hands up in jail. So I'm not in any way telling you that you're prohibited from doing that. But they will control the strategy and the procedure in the representation of you. And here's the bottom line, Mr. Leon. I could appoint every attorney in the state, and they're going to have the same problem with you that these two attorneys do. That's the criteria I have to look at. Okay. If you don't like it, go hire your own lawyer. Okay. That's your choice. But if you can't hire a lawyer and you apply to the court, you're going to live with and deal with the competent and qualified lawyers that the court appoints for you. That's the law. All right.
Okay, sir.
So learn to live with it and learn to cooperate with him, because I'm not going to let him withdraw, because if I do, the next lawyer I appoint, I'm going to have the same argument. And here's the argument is, Judge, I've been up here 150 days. I want my day in court. If I appoint a new lawyer, they're going to have to review all of the discovery in this case. They're going to have to interview witnesses. They're going to have to communicate with the prosecutor. They're going to have to visit with you. That takes time. And that you're not the only client they have. So that time is longer. So the very thing you're complaining about, if I grant the request that they're making on your behalf today, only increases that very time standard. The very
Right.
time problem you're talking about. It's counterproductive.
I understand
I'm
that.
not going to
Your Honor.
do
I'm
it.
not asking that. I'm not asking them.
No,
to withdraw.
no, I'm
asking
done.
you to rule
I
on
am
the
denying the
procedural
motion to
timeline.
withdraw at this time.
Will you
and I
rule on the
appreciate-
procedural timeline error?
Okay. Jailer,
Yes, sir.
put him on mute. I'm not going to have him interrupt me anymore. Thank you. Counsel, I just wanted to express to you that I appreciate the dilemma you have. It's not the first time you have gone through something like this. I'm denying your motions at this time for the reasons I recited. Number one, any other lawyer I appoint is going to have the exact same problem. I'm just going to keep repeating it. And number two, if I appoint new counsel, it's going to further delay the hearing, and we already have a preliminary hearing scheduled. And I'm not going to delay it another 100 days or 150 while a new attorney gets up to speed on the case. This defendant's complaining that he wants to get into court. We're going to give him that because it's scheduled, and we're going to go forward with it as scheduled. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Okay. Anything else that you need to address with the court today?
No, Your Honor.
No.
Very good. All right. We are scheduled for preliminary. When is that again?
Next week.
Next
Wednesday.
week.
The 14th, 13th. It's the 13th.
Yeah, I knew it was coming up. I knew it was next week sometime. Let me look here. Yeah, we're scheduled for an all-day preliminary next week, Wednesday, a week from today. So since Mr. Leon's main complaint is, I want to get my preliminary, we're just going to get it a week from today. And if we hire or if we appoint new counsel, it would be delayed probably well into January or February next year with the holidays and the scheduling problems. So we will give him what he wants. I will expect that you will visit with Mr. Leon about his conduct in the courtroom. In other words, that he is not to interrupt either the judge or witnesses, that he's to listen to the evidence, that if he needs a recess to visit with you, the court will accommodate that and allow you to go into chamber or into the conference room to do that. I know he's listening to this, and I'm hoping he's paying attention, because I will not tolerate the kind of conduct that we had exhibited today, where he continually interrupts and continues to repeat the same arguments. So he's going to get a preliminary hearing as he desires, and it is a week from today. And with that, we will be adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Mr. Cunningham, unfortunately, I'm going to ask you to do the journal entry from today.
I understand, Your Honor. I will.
Any objection, Mr. Miller?
I actually object to everything he's doing.
Okay. That might have been clickbait. I thought he was a soft sit. I remember him, but I thought he was a soft sit, and I don't really think he's a soft sit. Thank you. Also, sorry about the getting dropped. I'm cruising along. I didn't touch anything. I swear I did not touch anything. And then all of a sudden I get the death circles rolling on the screen, and then I'm like, okay. And then of course nothing works. So there you have it. But we got through it. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.